Good morning, this is Jack from theartofchart.net, and this is the pre-market recording for Thursday, the 3rd of May. Our disclaimer, we do this for educational purposes only. We're here to share our technical analysis with you. We hope you can take some of what we're doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. We're not here to issue trading signals. Now, yes, we've got a nice falling channel now. I've got falling channel support currently in the 2580 area and obviously falling. We have a 60-minute buy signal I'm not taking particularly seriously at this stage, but we've got clear resistance here. We've got monthly pivot above, we've got weekly pivot above, and we have channel resistance above, and that's currently in about the 2666 area. If we break channel resistance, chances are it's all over. Until then, I'm expecting a move down here. Are we going to find support short term? There is some reason to think that we might find short support here short term, and the reason is NQ. So let's get to NQ. NQ has been in a clear triangle, and it's broken down from that triangle. Now, obviously, we haven't broken below the monthly pivot yet, and we still need to establish the weekly pivot as resistance as well. But is there a reason to expect a bounce here? Yes, there is, because the classical way that a triangle works is that you get the break out of the triangle, and at the end of that thrust, you get a retracement back into the triangle, and then you get the move down. So obviously, we may well see a bounce on the way there. Where could that find resistance on... Yes, monthly pivot may be too close. It may be that we do the weekly pivot again. So keeping an open mind on it, we could go straight down. But if we do find support in this area here, 2620s, then we may well see a bounce while NQ plays out that triangle setup. Is this actually a triangle on NQ? Ticks every box. Nice trend lines, beautiful RSI triangle. Really, we don't count it as a triangle unless we have an RSI triangle. And we got to break down. This was a bearish leading triangle, and it's breaking down, so we're expecting it really to continue downwards. Monthly pivot has been good support here. It could it be this is a false break or establishing another a lower trend line? Possibly, but the RSI triangle, no, I don't think so. So no, I think this is genuinely broken down. I think we could be looking at a back test and then the thrust down. Okay, TF. I'm keeping an open mind here. This rally was stronger than I expected. TF is leading to the upside at the moment, and we're testing the April monthly pivot at the moment. Main support obviously is monthly pivot below 1540. That's what we failed to convert the other day. I don't have a decent pattern here. We had a decent falling channel. We don't now, so I'm keeping an open mind on that. But at the moment it's below the weekly pivot. That's holding as resistance. We could see a bounce there too, but really I'd be I'd be expecting a move down. I've got trendline support in the 1522 area, but that is weakened by the fact that channel resistance has now broken. We may go below that, and Stern's target involves us going to 1509, which is below that. That might establish a larger pattern, possibly a channel from here or here. So we shall see. All right, great. Yes, I just wanted to talk about the target down here, because this is the 3-day roll target, and it's a very, very, very strong target. It's a very, very strong stat. Could we miss it? Yes, we could. And the reason is that the only two misses I've had before, which I've noted as minor exceptions, have been very minor near misses. Those were only about 3 or 5 handles away, but both of those were while triangles were forming. Where are we looking at here? We're looking down here at a test of triangle support. This would be in about the 2570 area. Could we fail there and go straight up from there as Stan is expecting? Yes, we could, because it is a triangle, and that would be an exception on the 3-day roll. So we don't need to reach this target if we hold a triangle support. If we don't hold a triangle support, then yeah, I would expect to make that target. So we shall see. All right, great. Okay, let's have a look at CL. CL. I think this is a bear flag forming. We're likely to retest this low. I think overall this is a bull flag forming, so I'm expecting the monthly pivot to hold, and then I'm expecting it to go up into this this move up into the 70 to 71 area. Fairly confident about that. We've made the 60-minute buy signal has reached the possible near miss target. We're testing weekly pivot as resistance. This is the obvious place to turn back down for that retest. NG, short term, I would say this is a short term bear flag forming. Still wondering about a triangle. I don't have an overall pattern here. Obviously, we failed to make this IHS target at the retest this high. Definitely wondering about a possible triangle forming here. GC, nice little move up. If DX retests the high, then we may obviously retest this low. I've got channel support now in about the 1298 area, which stands got as an important fib. And I've got channel resistance now in the 1335 area. I'm expecting this channel to break up, but we may need a retest to this low first. Okay, HG has come down to falling resistance, and it's tested it. That's holding so far, and it may well continue to hold. This setup here, this is a reasonable quality rising wedge, and this is suggesting we may well see a retest of this low too. If we break up directly from this channel and break up through this wedge resistance, then maybe that won't happen, but otherwise my working assumption would be that we're going to see some sort of attempt at a low retest. ZB. ZB has made it to the falling megaphone resistance trend line. Now, I'm expecting this to break up. Falling megaphones usually break up. And we're reading this as an ABC. So I'm expecting this to break up into the obvious target area, which is 144.10 to just under 145, and that is the 50% to the 61.8% retracement. There is, as I've mentioned, potential for this to run away to the upside, but we're not expecting to see that. So looking for this target area, I would expect this to break, but it's holding so far, and obviously it will need to actually break to open up those upper targets. Potentially this could be a double top and failing here. Equally, this could be a bull flag forming, in which case we might need another test of the week pivot before going up. Keeping an open mind, but I'm expecting this trend line to break, and now would be a good time. DX, the rising wedge is looking good. We're testing wedge support at the moment. We may well need, we're still on sell signals accumulated. This has been quite a strong trend, and it's been overrunning them. It hasn't actually failed any yet. And this was, had we not already been on a sell signal, we would have formed another one here, and that would have fixed. Looking for a break below here, may well, regardless of whether we see that break, retest this high to make the second high of a double top in all probability. Okay. EURUSD. EURUSD holding pretty nicely, falling channel. We're on a 60-minute buy signal. Needs a break over channel resistance, which is here in the 1.2035 area. And I would note that I have a possible IHS neckline there. GBP USD. On a buy signal still, possible double bottom forming here. I've got channel resistance currently in about the 1.374 area. Needs to break up. This is looking pretty good for a reversal back up with the reversal on US dollar and so on. How far is that going to get? We'd likely see a test of the monthly pivot, maybe the 140 area, and then we would see from there. So it could break up, make another retest of the high, in which case the Janus flag setup, or we just do a 50% retrace or so and continue down. Keeping an open mind on that one. If it goes with USD, then chances are it would probably make a new high here. Okay, USD JPY. It's now made we had alternate double bottom targets because we had fairly asymmetric lows here. We made the first target, and yesterday we made the second target. The 60-minute sell signal has made target. I've got trendline support in the 108.5 area. That needs to break, obviously, to open the downside. We're expecting another leg down, probably a retest off this low. USD CAD. I don't really have a support trend line here, but in short term, we're in a megaphone. It's a nice pattern, waiting for it to break one way or the other. These are neutral patterns, so it can break one way or the other. If USD is reversing back down here, I would expect USD CAD to go with it. Australian dollar. This looks like bottoming action, nice falling wedge, bear, flag, probably. May well need a retest this low. That would actually, at the moment, be a pretty good match with a retest of broken falling wedge resistance. NZ, we already had the retest of the low on NZ. We've got a 60-minute buy signal that's already made target, so no current divergence now. When we're breaking up from a small double bottom, we could do a Janus flag setup, go back, retest this low, or we could head up to the target, which would be in the 70.85 area. KC, I've got a potential channel here, and it's looking fairly nice. The obvious next move would be a retest of the high, but if it failed there, chances are we'd get a move back down to channel support on a 60-minute sell signal. So looking for that today. SB, we have broken declining resistance, which is great. There is another higher declining resistance on the bigger picture charts, but this is a very good start. Possibly forming a double top here for a retest of the low. ZW, I've got no clear resistance trend line here, but I've got pretty clear support in about the 517 area, and it's getting pretty close to that. If that breaks down, then, well, we're already on a 60-minute sell signal, and we can see a retracement here. The obvious target would be the monthly pivot. CC, I've got rising support now in the 2700 area. We've got the monthly pivot in the 2747 area. No current divergence on this time scale, but I've got divergence on the weekly and the daily charts, so we shall see how that goes. But I think there's definitely the opportunity for a decent retracement here, but we shall have to see how that goes on the break of this trend line here. So if this trend line breaks, then decent argument this is topping action. This may well be a head and shoulders forming here. Okay, in that case, that's a wrap. I'll take a couple of questions.